What's up guys, this is Anthony from Hawkeye Rides, bringing you this 2020 GLB 250 Mercedes-Benz here at Loki Mercedes in Clearwater. I'm going to go over some of the specs. This is your alternative to your BMW X1 and your Audi Q3. So we do have the Q3 already out, so that way you can actually see the review if you see this one you prefer or that one. We'll go over some of the specs. Let's dive in. So on this Mercedes-Benz, you're going to get the 19-inch multi-spoke Mercedes-Benz wheels. You also got the entry, which is, you just put your hand to it, it unlocks. And you also have the, doesn't have the soft close, but you do have where you can push the button here and it automatically locks all the doors. You do have your panoramic sunroof on front and back. It does recline to the back. On this GLB 250, you do have the kick to open trunk. You do have the push to close and lock trunk. You do have sufficient cargo. You also have the cargo net if you want to cover up anything so nobody can see anything in the trunk. And these also go this way or that way, however you like. You can also put it this way. You do have some storage in here as well, which is very optimal. You have quite a bit of storage with your spare tire area as well. They do come with your Mercedes-Benz first aid kit and your effortless closing. Now with this GLB 250, you get dual exhaust. However, there's nothing here. This just looks. The exhaust is down here. Again, this is all derived because the electric car market is coming out, and electric cars, they don't have exhaust tips. Therefore, automotive industry, your European, your German cars, your Italian cars, they're all doing this. That way it mimics the Teslas and any electric car that's derived, just like your Audi e-tron. So then it looks like there's an exhaust, an aesthetic thing, but it does its purpose. On this Mercedes GLB 250, you will be getting your LED headlights and tail lights. These are all the upgrades, and they are the LED high performance lights in the Mercedes-Benz. On this GLB 250, it's a 2.0 liter. It's a 4-cylinder turbocharged, pumping out 221 horsepower with 258 pounds of torque. A couple of things to note on these vehicles. If you ever need to jump, you just slide the positive open. So you got the positive terminal, and there's your negative terminal. And that way you would charge your battery if your battery were to die. On the interior, you're gonna get the contrast stitching through the door panels and throughout the cabin. Carbon fiber look, memory seats, 3 of them on the driver's side. This one does have heated seats as well. This one does have your upgraded 10.25 digital information cluster for the driver and your infotainment screen, which is touchscreen, something that we always love. It does also have the upgraded keypad, which you could just scroll through it, make it easy. You can click the home button so you go home. This one is navigation as well. This one does have all the functionalities in which Mercedes-Benz is known for. So you're going to have your voice recognition, your Bluetooth, your Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. You're also going to get your HD stereo, HD AM and FM, plus you're also going to get the Mercedes connection, which you just say, "Hello Mercedes. What can I do for you?" They did a very good retro job with the air vents throughout the cabin as well. It is a bit of a tighter fit in this car, but this is a smaller vehicle to begin with. It is an SUV. These do pull out to give you a little bit more seats, to give you a little bit more comfort. So a couple of things to notate. These are all the new C ports. So if you have an old one like me, you're out of luck. Even though it does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, it will not work obviously, but at least you still got the touch screen capabilities. I really do like this screen. It's 2 screens in one. I think they did a really good job. Very retro inside on this dash. Steering wheel looks really nice. The seats are a little bit more firm. This one is the MB Tech, so it's the non-leather type seats, but we're going to see how it is on the drive on this 2.0 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. So on this vehicle, you do have your camera and parking, your active brake assist, your attention assist, your blind spot. You can click on the other settings here to change anything you like here. This will just configure to your type of settings. And then you can just scroll through here and see what else you have. You have the automatic folding, automatic unlock, So it does have quite a bit of features in this vehicle. You can change the lighting, the ambiance in the cabin, which it shows you here where they are. And if you look, I can show you, it is pretty nice the way they do it. It's on the air vents, it's through the dash of the vehicle, it's through the center here, it's also down there by your feet on both sides. And I mean, I think they just did a great job with the ambiance lighting, and it's not too much, but it's just enough. It also goes here and all the way to here, so it's not obviously behind that, but you know, you can change the lighting, and then you can do different things in your settings here in your controls as well. So it does have quite a bit of information in that as well. So for your comfort, you would just set into there, and this is just different comfort settings for your seats, and also the ambiance lighting as well. That has another area for the ambiance lighting. This is for your media, for your radios, which is HD, AM, FM, and XM obviously. You also have for your phone. If you want to do the navigation, you just simply click here onto the maps, and then it will show you your navigation on the screen. This also can change the different ride comforts in your vehicle, comfort, sports, whatnot of that nature. You can also do that here on this side here. So you just click into the center. These are touch, and you can just move it around. Kind of like it like this, so probably going to leave it like this on the drive. You do have your cruise control settings on this side, your paddle shifter on the steering wheel. Then on this side, you can change for your infotainment screen on this side here, and just click into anything you like. Going into the rear of the vehicle with the contrast stitching and that retro look through the door panel, the seats are pretty roomy for the most part. This is a smaller SUV. Things that I do like, when you pull the lever here, you can actually set however many you want. So if you want both of them down, or if you just want one of them down. So it's really good for cargo space if you need to put something through the center and you still want to have two people sit, or you can put it on either side. This one also has your 2 USB ports and your 115 charger there, with some AC vents for the back. In the rear of the cabin, you have sufficient headspace, and you also have the glass panoramic sunroof as well. You do have a arm holder here as well. You can sit 5 pretty comfortably. I would say 4 is more desirable because you're going to have a lot of space for 4, 2 in the back, 2 in the front, but 5 can fit in this vehicle relatively easy. Now we're going to give this GLB a little go, and 258 pounds of torque. It's actually pretty torquey for the ride. I don't understand, it doesn't necessarily like to change the gear, I will say. When you floor it, maybe because the way the turbo's set, it's a brand new car, it just kind of stays woo, and then finally I actually use the paddle shifters to change the gears. So I didn't necessarily like that, but as for the quality of the ride, so far it seems relatively good. I do feel they went a little inexpensive on some components, like the steering wheel is not electronic. Obviously you have to pay more money for that, but you're getting a Mercedes-Benz, this is the best or nothing, you kind of want to have that. You do have the blind spot, you do have full safety functionalities. The dash really does make a nice segment in this vehicle. It just makes it feel very fun and energetic. I think they did a great job with that. Just, there is some things, you know, where they put all the C ports instead of actual USB ports. Kind of don't like that either, because if I buy a new car, now I got to buy all new cables. It does have Apple CarPlay, Android Auto. It does get relatively good gas consumption. I will say, if you're comparing this to the Q3, same price point, I would say the S-Line is better, and that's not because I like it better, it's because it really is. The infotainment is actually a lot more intuitive. There's a lot more information on there. As for drive-wise, they both drive kind of at a high RPM, so if you're comparing the two to try to buy one, realistically, I don't think you're going to go wrong with either. I will say though, it just doesn't seem to find a gear. It just stays like revving up. It doesn't want to change gears. So because it doesn't like to change gears, I don't really like that. I have to continuously hit the paddle shifters, and I'm not, you know, necessarily looking to do that. So I'm going to go into the settings here, which you can go into it while you're driving, or you can go into the settings over here as well. So there's a lot of different settings and whatnot that you can do. It can get a little bit overwhelming the way Mercedes-Benz does it. So because it's touchscreen, it does make it a little bit easier. However, it's still so much information that if you don't sit and kind of learn the vehicle at the beginning, you're not going to be able to understand it and operate it. So a good thing though, you do have the ability to change the modes here without worrying about that. So that's why I wanted to show you, you do have the button functionality. So that helps out quite a bit. Then you can just hit your home button and then just go back into your regular setting. This particular one, I do like the cup holders. It has a little button that can make the cups bigger or smaller. I kind of like that because if you have kids, you know, sometimes they have smaller or bigger cups. There's not a lot of cup holders in the car though, and for this segment of a vehicle, you kind of need some cup holders. In this vehicle, now I have it into the comfort mode. Not necessarily a lot of difference. It still kind of goes at a higher rev, which is okay because it is a 2.0 liter 4-cylinder engine. So you're going to have that issue because it's a small engine for the weight derived. And again, on that infotainment screen, I really do like them because it's just so clean on the reverse cam or any cameras at all, and different settings here so you can go through it. I obviously like the original setting, but if you look, I mean, it even has a third layer there which shows your wheel and shows these wheels. And if you put it in drive, you have that as well, as you can see here. I think they just did a really good job with that. And I'd like to thank Loki Mercedes for giving us this 2020 Mercedes-Benz GLB 250 for our car review. Don't forget to subscribe for more. Click in the description so you get all the details we do at Hawkeye Rides.